hurricanes, floodings, earthquakes, nuclear disasters, you name it, okay? Catastrophes like this have forced people to leave their homes because they have got destroyed, or there's another kind of danger, like for example a war. A bug-out bag like this, which I'm going to show you today, is a bag that you take if you have to leave your home. This one in particular is one that I call a tactical bug-out bag for suburban areas. This is not the wilderness type of bug-out bag that I would recommend. If you're planning to go into the wilderness for a long time, just take an ordinary camping rucksack, okay? This here is specifically for tactical purposes for suburban areas, because I think it's very unlikely that you're going to stay 6 months in the wilderness to wait it all out. You have to go back into the civilization and get more resources, get more food, medication, stuff like that. So this is a bag that I have created for this scenario, suburban bug out. So now let's take a look at the contents and see what's inside. Okay, this is all of the contents of my bug out bag. Okay guys, now I want to show you what I have for food and water. First of all, I want to show you my canteen. This is a Nalchin canteen. It's out of plastic, but it's PPA free, so my buddy survivalmike told me that you can fill hot water into this. And yeah, I chose the clear one because you can take dirty water and put it in the sun, and after 6 hours the sun purifies the water. So that's why I chose the one without the color. And then I have a Canteen Cup. This is an original US Army stainless steel cup, which is pretty good. I got this from the canteen shop. They sent it to me as a gift. I also do have a lid for the cup, which I really do recommend because it increases the boiling time. I have a spoon. I have some MRE here. This is 2,500 calories. You can eat it like that or dissolve it in water, and the cool thing is it has a 5-year shelf life. I have some better tasting travel lunch with me as well. And I do have fire making tools, a fire steel, and matches in a waterproof container with duct tape wrapped around it. I do have a water filter, which I personally prefer over water purification taps because I don't like putting chemicals into my body. Okay, next I want to show you this tin here. And in here I have some sugar and 2 energy bars. So this is just a quick snack if you're getting very hungry and you don't have the time to boil some water. Okay, as I said, the Nalchin bottle is empty and I'm planning to fill it up when the catastrophe happens. If there's no time to fill it up, I have this emergency water here, which keeps me going until I have found a water source. Also, I do have alcohol. This is not for drinking, this is for my alcohol stove, which I have here. In here I have a alcohol burner, which fits right into this very ultra lightweight stove. And yeah, this here is by the company Spit. And what I like about this little alcohol burner is that first of all it works great, and second of all it has a seal, so if you don't use all the alcohol that you put in there, you can screw the lid on and it's tight, so it won't mess up your rucksack because it's leaking. You might think, why am I taking an alcohol burner with me when I can make a fire in the forest, a campfire? I have to say that I prefer alcohol burners in a bug-out situation because they don't give away your position. A campfire always makes a lot of smoke, and if you don't want to be found, this is the way to go. Next I have a first aid kit, which is waterproof, in my bag. You don't want to miss out the first aid kit, okay? It's the most important thing in here. Next I want to show you my cutting tools. I have this Barco folding saw, which is pretty good for cutting small size wood. I have a sharpening stone for my cold steel survival knife. What I have forgotten today is my Leatherman wave. It's in my other kit, in my urban survival kit, which I would take out of my urban survival kit and put into this kit when the bug out situation happens. Okay, now comes the fun part. First of all, I have this survival bracelet, this paracord bracelet with me, which has a fishing kit at the inside. So if I need to go fishing, I can destroy the bracelet and have my kit. I have this all-weather notebook with a pencil. It's very important if you want to leave notes for your friends, for example. I have 2 walkie-talkies, and I really recommend taking them with you because it's so important to have a way to communicate when the mobile phone system is down. I also do recommend to take a hand crank radio with you. It's crucial in a bug out situation that you get information, because maybe, you know, the situation is already in control and then you don't need to stay in the forest anymore. I also have this cam light with me, which is great for inside buildings when you don't want to turn on your flashlight all the time and save the batteries. Speaking of flashlights, this here is my flashlight that I have chosen for my bug out bag. It's the TC12 by Fruenight, and I have chosen it because I can recharge it with USB, so I can use my solar panel, which is this one, to recharge my batteries from the flashlight. The next thing that I have here is binoculars. They are small ones and maybe not the best, but you want to have them, for example, if you do some surveillance on a building which you want to enter, but you don't know if there's someone dangerous in there, so that's always good to have. I have this dust mask, which is a FFP3 one, a very good one. Sometimes when there's an earthquake, there's a lot of dust around, or if you take a look at 9/11, there was a lot of dust and people were covered in dust, and it's really bad for your lungs because sometimes they have used materials for building the buildings which are causing cancer. So it's always important to protect your lungs. I also have some gloves for protection of your hands if you have to do some rough woodworking. I do have my compass, which is a recta compass. It has a split mirror, which is important. You can also use it for signaling. And I have 2 maps. I have the map of my city, where I'm going to live, where the bug out situation starts, and I have a map of my area where I want to get to. So this is the target area. Then for clothing, I have my bandana. I have a sniper veil, which is great for covering your stuff and hiding it in the forest. I have some socks, wool socks, which are warm in the night. I have a military poncho against the rain. And most importantly, which I would never leave out, is a sleeping bag. And this one is a good one. It's a pretty expensive down sleeping bag, which has, which you can use down to 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so from March to end of October, you're good to go with the sleeping bag. Winter is a different topic. You need something warmer in winter. But actually, I see a lot of bug out bags without a sleeping bag. But I think this is a huge mistake. Always take a sleeping bag with you, because you don't know where you are going to end up. Sometimes, you know, people think that they are going to break into a building, and and then they have cover there. But sometimes you have to stay in the wilderness, and then you really want a sleeping bag. Another optional tool that I want to show you is this here. This is a crowbar, which I have in my car. And if I had to leave my car, I would take this with me and throw it in my bug out bag as well. Okay, before I'm going to repack my backpack, I want to show you the pack when it's empty. This here is the Ghost by Direct Action. I think this is one of the best rucksacks that I had so far. I have attached this canteen cover in the front, so I always have access to my water. I also have attached a sheath for my flashlight, so that in case of an emergency, like when the lights go out, I always have quick access to my flashlight. And here at the hip flasks, you can see that I have attached another sheath for my compass, for navigating. And at the inside there's a lot of room. And what I really love about this rucksack is that you have this hidden compartment at the back side where you could put your laptop in. I also do like the backpack for its color because it has the perfect color for camouflage. Okay, I'm repacking the backpack now, and Mike is going to get some links for you in the description where you can find the stuff that I'm using. And I have to say that every pack is different, you know. Every person has different needs. For example, I get cold, so I would never go without a sleeping bag. I would really recommend to make some survival stashes along your survival route. That's a good idea. Also, a lot of people have a bug out bag, but they don't have a bug out location, so maybe it's time to go and search for a good location before the shit hits the fan, you know. Yeah, the backpack has around 7 kilograms, which is a good weight for a bug out bag, but it shouldn't be heavier than this. So one important thing when getting a bug out bag or any rucksack which you want to carry with a higher load, it's important that you get one with hip flasks so that the weight sits on your hip and you don't have to carry everything with your shoulders. Okay guys, so this is my bug out bag for suburban areas with tactical stuff in it. And I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank survivalmike for letting me be on his channel. Thanks, and stay tuned till next time. Bye.